It's only when you don't know your own position well that you think of the impossible to get. Since I can't have the crown prince all to myself, I'll find a way to pull in a few more helpers for myself. Tsai Yuing, let's go to the Qingga Palace. That Xiao Liangdai looks like a fool, and now that she's in favor, she's a good chess piece. As long as I get her over, I'll have a big boost. In the future, when I fight with the white concubine, my chances of winning will be greater. When the white side consort is completely trampled down, this East Palace backyard will be my sole dominant. I may even be able to compete for the position of crown princess. If I become the crown princess, the throne of the empress will not be far away. And this side consort Li's fantasy is beautiful. Then she walked out, and His Highness the Crown Prince was there. When consort Li realized that the person walking past was His Highness the Crown Prince, she was pleasantly surprised. Then she rushed forward. Concubine pays her respects to His Highness the Crown Prince. His Highness the Crown Prince said expressionlessly, "Don't be polite." There was not the slightest ripple in his eyes, and this Li-side consort's mouth corners rose slightly. "Thank you, Your Highness." Then she stepped on her own skirt and let out a cry of surprise. Her body fell towards His Highness the Crown Prince, but her face smiled. When the Crown Prince helped me up, she fell into his arms obediently. His Highness the Crown Prince's eyes looked to the side of the Li-side consort, about to fall towards himself. He then directly reached out and pushed, and did not want this woman to fall in front of him. Li-side consort, due to the prince's forceful push, directly smashed into the tree. Other subordinates looked shocked. The sight of the colorful clouds rushed forward. "Your Highness, are you all right? Are you all right?" She hugged the tree and said she was fine. His Royal Highness said to her, "In the future, walk and watch out. Do not see what people are bumping into." Li-side consort immediately knelt on the ground. Concubine was wrong, almost disturbed His Highness. "Please, His Highness chastised. Your Highness is going to see Sister Xiao." "Right. It just so happens that my concubine is also going. If Your Highness doesn't mind, can I let my concubine travel with you?" "As you wish." "And I am lying on a chair." Bao Qing rushes to cook the food. "I am healed. I can eat meat today. I fantasize about food. I must eat lots and lots of meat today." While my eyes were misty and I was drooling in fantasy, it seemed that a figure appeared in front of me. His Royal Highness walked up to me silently. I gave a carp. "Concubine, greet His Highness the Crown Prince." "You're so relaxed." Side consort Li immediately stepped forward and enthusiastically took my hand, calling out to Sister Xiao. "Before I heard that my sister was poisoned, but I was scared. I wanted to come to see you earlier, but I was worried about disturbing your rest, so I put it off until today." Li-side consort's hall of imprint is vaguely black. It seems that this Li-side consort will soon be unlucky. I hurriedly backed away, so as not to be unlucky together. "Sister is joking. Sister can't come to visit me. Already let me flattered. How dare I blame?" But I'm already standing behind His Highness the Crown Prince. Li-side consort thought in her heart, "What's the point of standing so far away? I'm not going to eat you." "Xiao sister, everything is good, but is too timid. Do not like to talk. Always nestled in the Qingga hall. Rarely with the sisters to interact. That's not good. In the future, my concubine will often come to the Qingga Palace to find Sister Xiao to play with, so that Sister Xiao won't be too bored." "What do you say, Your Highness the Crown Prince?" His Highness then looked at me and asked if I wanted to interact with them. I naturally said no. "Since I don't want to, then I don't need to interact with them. Just live your life peacefully." We turned around and left. I have no other skills, but I am particularly peaceful. "Your Highness, you haven't had lunch yet, have you? Do you want to stay and have lunch with my concubine?" Usually I eat alone and only have 3 dishes and 1 soup, but if the Crown Prince comes, there will be 7 dishes and 1 soup, and he can't eat too much, so all that meat will still be mine. I hammered His Highness' shoulder. "Do you want to eat chicken?" I asked Bao Qing to kill a chicken. His Highness responded that he didn't want to eat chicken today. I changed my position again. "What about duck?" "If you can't, fish will do." "You have fish?" "Well, there's a small pond in the backyard where we grow lotus roots and raise fish, so they're fresh and ready to eat. Simply craving meat for yourself. Treating me to meat is just a front." "Right, then let's eat fish." I immediately ordered Bao Qing. "Bao Qing, go fish. Remember to get a big one." When Bao Qing saw His Highness come here, she happily bent down and agreed. "Look, this is the height of palace fighting." Just a few words and the prince's attention is drawn away. "This is really clever. Your Highness, should we keep Sister Li for dinner?" His Highness just said, "This is your place. Make your own decision." Sister Li's hall of imprint is a bit dark. Anytime it may be bad luck. I don't want to be dragged into it. With the hostility that Consort Li has shown towards me, she will refuse. Right, as long as Consort Li refuses, it will not be considered that I am petty. I'm really smart. As a result, Concubine Lee said, even if I go back, I will still be eating alone. It's not much fun, so why don't I stay with you guys? There are more people and it's also more lively. His Highness looked at me. If you don't want to stay for dinner, don't force yourself. But I don't want to look petty. His Highness the Crown Prince turned his head sideways. I prefer your honesty to generosity. I touched my face. So your Highness likes Concubine. As a result, what I said was that I like your honesty. I spread my hands. Rounding up means liking Concubine. That's how concubines like to use it. The way Side Consort Lee looked at us, this was definitely not a good sign. The way the Crown Prince treats Xiao Xixi is completely different from the way it treats other women. The Crown Prince is always cold when dealing with other concubines. And now that he was with Xiao Xixi, he would indulge her in harmless jokes, would tolerate her little caprices, and would even take the initiative to ask for her opinion. Lee Side Consort clenched her fists. She couldn't let the Crown Prince and Xiao Xixi develop any further. There had to be a way to stop it. Not long after, Bao Qing made a delicious meal and placed it on the table. Li Sai Consort looked at the dishes on the table. Xiao Xixi, you're just going to give His Highness the Crown Prince these. I was just about to clip the dishes when I asked her, what's wrong with these dishes? There are rules in the palace. His Highness the Crown Prince should have at least 20 dishes for each lunch, including 12 hot dishes, 4 cold dishes, 2 hot soups, 2 desserts. Look at these dishes. They only add up to 8 dishes. And there's only 1 soup. The rest are hot dishes. May I ask where the cold dishes and desserts have gone? I look enviously at His Highness the Crown Prince. You can eat 20 dishes per lunch. What kind of divine life are you living? But His Highness the Crown Prince simply said, if you think the food here is bad, you can leave. Your Highness, my concubine is fighting for you. Why are you still talking about my concubine like this? What I want to eat is my freedom. I don't need others to tell me what to eat. Your Highness, it's my concubine's fault. My concubine just cares too much about you. That's why I said those words. Please don't be angry with my concubine. Okay. His Highness the Crown Prince was thinking in his heart that he just wanted to find a place to have a clean meal. Can't these people be more peaceful? Since you think these dishes are too little, then you will eat all of these meals for me now. Not a single bite left. Li Sai Consort panicked. These dishes, let my concubine eat it all by herself. But I am not happy. These dishes, let Sister Li eat them all by herself. I pulled His Highness the Crown Prince. So many delicious. Actually, let Li Sai Consort eat alone. Prince, you are also too biased. And then looked at the Crown Prince pitifully. I also want to eat it. His Royal Highness sighed and seemed to know what I meant. Seeing my aggrieved look, he stroked my head. He then instructed Bao Qing to get another fish and cook it according to Xiao Xix's favorite taste. I want to eat spicy sliced fish with more spices. And then he looked at Sai Consort Lee. What are you waiting for? If you don't finish these dishes in half an hour, you'll be waiting to be punished. Li Sai Consort picked up chopsticks, looking at such a table of dishes. Do not know how to eat. Not a moment later, Li Sai Consort has already eaten too much. Cannot eat, leaving behind tears. Then looked at His Royal Highness the Crown Prince with pity, showing the appearance of not being able to eat. The Crown Prince begged to be spared. However, the Crown Prince glanced over his eyes. I advise you better eat quickly. Time is running out. When Side Consort Lee heard this, it was like a thunderbolt. She covered her mouth, then hurriedly ran out. I looked at Li Sai Consort. Do not know what she wants to do. Li Sai Consort squatted aside and spit out the food she had just eaten. Tsai Ying came forward. Your Highness, are you all right? After vomiting, Li Sai Consort walked in shakily. Her footsteps were weak, then directly kneeling on the ground. Your Highness, concubine really can't eat anymore. Concubine willingly accepts the punishment. Didn't you think that the 8 dishes were too little? I know I'm wrong. I won't dare to talk too much anymore. Go back to your Golden Wind Palace and copy the Dharma Flower Sutra 30 times. You are not allowed to take a step out of the Golden Wind Palace until you finish. I know. Sai Concubine Lee left behind tears of resignation. Bao Qing is already cutting up the sashimi. I picked up the sashimi. Your Highness, don't freeze. Hurry up and eat. This fish is super tasty. His Highness the Crown Prince looked at the fish and thought to himself, there should be her saliva on those chopsticks. Right, and I happily ate the fish. His Highness the Crown Prince looked at me eating the fish. Forget it. It's rare to see a woman so easily satisfied in the palace. Just let her be. Pick up the fish and just take a bite. I looked to His Highness the Crown Prince and asked him with a curious face if it's good. I don't like spicy food, so you can eat it yourself. But the chili is so fragrant. I'm surprised you don't even like it. An hour later, the sky flushed red. I put down my chopsticks. The fish on my plate had been eaten up, and I was full too. After eating and drinking, Your Highness, I'm going to lie down and take a lunch break. I will retire first. His Highness the Crown Prince, however, said that you need to walk around a bit after eating. Otherwise, it is not conducive to the digestion of the stomach and intestines. I lowered my head and asked him curiously, where does your Highness want to go for a walk? When I heard the words backyard, I was refreshed in time. The birds on the trees are in pairs and the weather is sunny. Your Highness, please take a look. I'm showing off the vegetables I planted. They're all growing beautifully. This is the vegetable garden I planted for you. All kinds of vegetables have filled the backyard. His Highness has a black face. How much did he treat her so badly that she had to grow vegetables and raise chickens in his own backyard? I pointed to the fish in the pond. The fish raised in this pond are the fish we just ate. There's also a lot of lotus roots in it, and you can even pick lotus pods in the summer. I dragged my chin. The fresh lotus seeds are crunchy and sweet. Delicious. Her Highness also noticed me. Her eyes always shone brightly when she talked about food, looking especially excited and satisfied. It was as if nothing else mattered to her, as long as she could eat delicious food. I showed her the sunflowers I planted. Watching her happy-go-lucky look, one couldn't help but follow and relax. Sure enough, it was the right decision to come to the Clear Song Hall to relax. I picked a sunflower and walked towards His Highness the Crown Prince. Your Highness, try it. This raw melon seed is also very tasty. I finished peeling a melon seed and wanted to send it into His Highness' mouth. His Highness looked at my eyes, not knowing what he was thinking about. He looked at the melon seeds in my hand and wondered if he should eat them. I looked at the man in front of me with a smile, as if to say, this is delicious. His Royal Highness lowered his head slightly and ate the melon seeds I handed him. I unconsciously touched His Highness' neck and watched him eat it. His Highness then commented, it's a bit crunchy and a bit sweet. It's a completely different flavor from the fried melon. I took the sunflower. Isn't it delicious? His Highness coldly said it was okay. His Highness felt that atmosphere around him again, listening to the chickens and ducks quacking and getting high on melon seeds. The mood was surprisingly relaxed and peaceful. Afterwards, His Highness and I returned to the palace. Your Highness, after the walk can I go for a nap? His Highness agreed that I should go and take a rest myself. This alarmed me. Your Highness, you are going to take a nap here. The melon suddenly doesn't smell good anymore. Although there's no difference between sleeping once and twice. If I had a choice, I still prefer to sleep alone. Your Highness, I'll just nap over here. The bed is seated to you. Your Highness then stared at me and said, why don't you want to sleep alone? Do you think there's something wrong with me? Your Highness is the most perfect man in the world. Even if I stare at you for 3 days and nights, I can't see a single bad thing about you. I don't sleep with you because I don't sleep well, and I'm afraid of disturbing your rest. As a result, His Highness said that it's fine and that I don't dislike you. It seems that this man is not going to let me off easily. Then let's sleep together. But His Highness, the Crown Prince, didn't fall asleep straight away and slowly opened his eyes. He looked towards me, who was already asleep, and didn't know what was in his eyes. There are many women in the Eastern Palace. I don't know how many people's eyes are hidden inside those women. This woman in front of me actually also has an ulterior motive, but she is different from those hypocritical women. She puts her purpose on the table in a real way. She won't deliberately hide it, letting me see her honesty. In this palace, where even fathers and sons can fight each other for power and gain, her honesty is precious. Hopefully, she can keep it for a little longer and not become so quickly disfigured. And I woke up at this time, stretching my legs. Bao Qing smiled and walked over. Little master, you are awake. You were really great just now. Slave girl heard people say that Li Sai consort fell ill after she went back. First, Chen Lianyuan was punished, then White Consort was sick, and now even Li Consort has collapsed, and you will be the most favored person in the backyard of the Eastern Palace in the future. If you work harder, you may be able to win the position of the Crown Princess. But I asked her without expression, what time is it now? It's 2 minutes before the hour. That would be around 2:30. I then lay down numbly. There's nothing to do in the afternoon, so I'll sleep some more. Bao Qing then pulled me up. Who said you were fine? You need to make soup this afternoon, so that you can send it to His Highness the Crown Prince. Although you are now favored, but also cannot be careless. You must seize the opportunity to go to His Highness more in front of the courtesies, so that His Highness remembers your good, so that you can be in favor and not lose your favor. But I didn't respond and fell asleep. Bao Qing had no choice but to slowly put me down inside. She then walked to the kitchen. Since the master was too lazy to move, I as a slave girl had to do it on her behalf. I'll make the soup first, and then when my master wakes up from his nap, I'll ask her to personally take the soup to the Crown Prince, and then I'll say that the soup was made by my master. Then I'll say it's my master's soup. This plan is perfect. Imagining a beautiful scene between His Highness and me makes her feel very motivated. The ingredients are still cooking in the soup pot, and the aroma is wafting around. Then it drifted into my room while I was still sleeping. When the aroma wafted up to my nose, I was so attracted by the fragrance that I woke up with drool at the corner of my mouth. I immediately went to the kitchen. Bao Qing, what are you doing? It smells so good. Young master, don't move. This is old duck soup for His Highness the Crown Prince. Don't worry, His Highness can't finish it all by himself. So I'll put a small portion on the stove and keep it hot for you to drink when you come back. My eyes are glowing. Quick, 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 quick. Help me freshen up. I'm going to bring the soup to the Crown Prince. Ingguan Palace, Prince's study. I brought Bao Qing with me to deliver the duck soup to the Crown Prince. When I got to the door of the stay, I saw the guards standing there and a minister I didn't recognize. This minister was General Xiao Linfeng. That's right, he had the same surname as me. When he saw me coming, he immediately bent down and bowed. My humble servant pays his respects to Xiao Liangdai. Why is father here? Your mother and sister were crossing a bridge yesterday afternoon when they accidentally fell into the river, and when they were rescued, they were unconscious. I'd like to seek an audience with the CR. Ask him to grant me permission to bring the imperial doctor home to take a look. I responded in kind. That's right. How come you don't look surprised at all? That's your mother and your own sister. Shouldn't you be worried and saddened to know that they've suffered a great misfortune? I thought in my heart, because I had read their fortune, and the two of them would suffer a bit, but their lives would be fine. Has father seen His Highness? No, His Highness the Crown Prince is busy. I can't go in until he's finished. Father looked behind me carrying soup. Are you bringing food to His Highness the Crown Prince? Yes. Can you take me in with you? Your mother and sister are very sick. I must bring the imperial doctor back as soon as possible. But I can't. They're your relatives. Would you rather watch them die than reach out and help them? How can you be so cold-hearted? It's not that I don't want to help you. I'm just like you. I've just arrived here. I haven't even let anyone in to inform them yet. As you said, the Crown Prince is busy. Father snorted coldly. If the Crown Prince is unwilling to see you, then pretend I didn't say anything. At that moment, it was just time for the eunuch to open the door and saw us. Why is Xiao Liangdai free to come here today? I'm here to deliver soup to His Highness the Crown Prince. I'd appreciate it if you could help me with the message. Yes, I'll go and get the message for you. Thank you. Eunuch Chan. Father immediately came forward. Eunuch, is His Highness free to see me? Ago, look at my brain. I almost forgot about you. His Highness is still busy. He doesn't have time to see you for the time being. He asked you to go back first. We will talk about it some other time. But my wife and daughter are still waiting for help. I beg you, please help me to ask the Crown Prince again. It's not good. The father directly knelt down. Please, as long as His Highness the Crown Prince can't save my lady and daughter, let me do anything. Alas, Your Excellency, why do you have to be like this? Then you wait a little longer. I'll go in and beg for mercy for you. Thank you. Eunuch Chan, and we'll just have to wait at the door for now. It didn't take long for Eunuch Chang to open the door. Xiao Liangdai, His Highness the Crown Prince wants you to go in. I thanked him and went in. Father asked Eunuch Chang what the Crown Prince said. You're lucky. His Highness is about to take a rest. His Highness has made an exception to help you. I'll take you to the Imperial Hospital. Then he knelt down and thanked the Crown Prince for saving your life. Besides thanking the Crown Prince, you should also thank Xiao Liangdai. If it weren't for her, you wouldn't have been able to obtain this grace. General Xiao, you've really given birth to a good daughter. The day before yesterday they saw Xiao Ruoxi, and yesterday afternoon they fell into the water, which is too much of a coincidence. They must have had bad luck after seeing Ruoxi and fell into the water. Let's go. Eunuch Chang then took his father to the Imperial Hospital. In this side of the study, the lights were on, and I walked in with Bao Qing. The drought in the south has been going on for almost 3 months. If it continues like this year's autumn harvest will have no grain. I suggest that the Crown Prince should appeal to the Emperor. There is no other way. If we don't reduce the tax, forcing the people to have no way out, then the people will be resentful of the court and may cause riots. But the treasury is really not much money. The Emperor is also planning a southern tour this year. Then you have to spend money. The ministry of the household group to please the Emperor. Certainly why? These three are the Crown Prince, the Crown Prince, and the Crown Prince. And they are sighing. Today is here. You go back to think about countermeasures. If you have a good idea, at any time you can come to the palace to talk to me. After listening to His Highness the Crown Prince, they all raised their hands and agreed. And when I saw them retreating, I symbolically bowed my head in a gesture of goodwill. What brings you here? I've brought the soup. My concubine has come to bring you soup. Oh, duck soup, especially fragrant. I opened the lid and showed the duck soup. I couldn't help but gulp at the aroma of the duck soup. His Highness looked at me speechlessly. Then he asked me seriously, "Did you steal it?" "No, this is the old duck soup prepared for His Highness. My concubine has not tasted a single bite." Really? I hurriedly pushed the duck soup away. "Your Highness must trust me." His Highness didn't bother about whether I tasted it or not, but just drank the duck soup. I asked him with my mouth watering, "Is it good?" Lo now believes that you indeed didn't steal it. That is natural. I crossed my arms. How could I steal food? Your Highness then asked me, "Who made this soup?" Of course it was Baoqing who made it. She's the best cook in the Qingde palace, and I chose her to bring her to the palace because she's a good cook. What's wrong with you? Little master, I've prepared lines in a script for you. Why don't you follow it? When he heard me say it was Baoqing, His Highness praised me for my honesty. I smiled as my two hands clenched into fists and collided. It had to be done. His Highness the Crown Prince looked at me with a somewhat different view in his heart. Liked her honesty. Because of this honesty, there is no need to calculate and beware in her presence. One can briefly relax. He then continued to ask me, "Do you know how to cook?" I then responded, "My concubine can fry egg fried rice." How did the egg fried rice taste? I gave a thumbs up. It was super delicious. When Baoqing heard this, "There is no food in this world that you don't find tasty. For dinner today alone we'll have scrambled egg rice. I want you to make it yourself." I happily agreed. Yes, it just so happens that my concubine hasn't eaten egg fried rice for a long time, so I'll fry up some more tonight so I can have a good time. Hearing what I said, the Crown Prince smiled. I covered my mouth and said happily, "Your Highness the Crown Prince, you're smiling, eh? You've got it wrong." But I directly slapped the table. "No, you did smile just now. I saw it. You look especially good when you smile. If only you could smile every day from now on. I love to see you smile." I looked happily at the man in front of me. His Highness the Crown Prince's heart was, "This woman is really getting bolder and bolder, daring to openly seduce me in broad daylight in the study." He lightly coughed twice to shut me up. I immediately sat upright. Then I looked at the duck soup in the bowl. There was actually this much left. I eagerly looked at His Highness the Crown Prince. "There's still a lot left. Aren't you going to eat it?" His Highness the Crown Prince looked at me helplessly. "Reward you?